Punisher Season 2 will be out soon, Frank Castle's last hurrah. So what did we think about Season 2? I'm Jacki Jing with David Griffin. What are your thoughts? You like it? You didn't like it? You're in the middle?
Well, it's weird talking about Punisher right now because in the midst of all these cancellations with Marvel and Netflix, I mean, this is probably, we don't know for sure, but probably going to be the Punisher's last hurrah, which is too bad because, of course, these were filmed, you know, months ago, so the actors and everybody involved are moving forward, the story's moving forward. This show feels like it has momentum, it feels like it's going to get more seasons because it wants to get more seasons. So I think this is a good second season. It's a good follow-up. It's different than season one. Frank's in a much different place right now. You know, last time he kind of made a deal with the government where they kind of erased his name. He's just Pete now. He's a regular guy, but of course, hijinks ensue, and he's pulled back in. They pulled him back into the fray, and he is becoming the Punisher. He's becoming just the Punisher now. Like this is what he does. Frank, he kills people and he saves people, and that's who he is.
Yeah. So that's an interesting point because I do think it was setting up for more, but it just like wasn't a great final season in my opinion. I mean, we love Frank Castle, right? And John Bernthal is like 100% Frank Castle in this, you know, like killing stuff, really badass, like just completely embodies the Punisher.
The fight choreography's there. I mean, they call it like John Wick, the gun fu is all there. I mean, it looks great.
Okay, so that's an interesting point because it's a decent second season, like it's solid, but if this is the final season, it just left me wanting so much more. My first big issue is Jigsaw, and if you've seen the trailer, this is not a spoiler, but his face, I mean, like, he's still handsome. He's got like some little like scars like here and there. I mean, the Jigsaw from the comics book, like his face is deformed. And you were telling me earlier that showrunners were saying they were kind of moving in a different direction.
They didn't want to go for the horror aspect, you know, the horrific like monster, like you know, that kind of thing. They wanted to go more for he's a Jigsaw, but it's a Jigsaw in his mind. You know, his mind is messed up. But it doesn't mean that his face is going to be as messed up. The only issue I have with that is that when he interacts with characters, some people do kind of look at him like the Phantom of the Opera. They're kind of like,
oh my gosh, I know.
I'm like,
they're like, your
then they show his face, and you're going to see it in the clips here. It's that he just looks like Ben Barnes. He's just so darn handsome. Not the actor's fault. He's just a handsome-looking guy. But I think Ben Barnes gives a great performance this season. He's always dynamic, whether he's in Westworld or he's here. I enjoy watching him, and it's sad that we're not going to, again, this is probably the final season. We're not going to see more of this,
See, I think he did a great job acting, but I just wanted more from his character. I had a lot of trouble like figuring out what his motivations were. I don't want to spoil anything, but I just kind of like never knew what his goal or aim was. Like, are you going after Frank Castle with everything within you? Have you been driven mad and want to destroy the world? Are you trying to get back at the government? Like, I just like never could pinpoint like what he wanted, and that kind of bothered me. Some other things, Josh Stewart's character is introduced. We got to see a little bit of him. Never connected with that character.
John Pilgrim.
Yes.
Yeah, John Pilgrim's his character. He's kind of he's kind of an alt-right, you know, just ultra-religious, ultra-conservative, almost dresses a little bit like an old-school Puritan would, like Amish almost, in an Amish style. And he's interesting, but yeah, I feel like I never got a sense of who he was. I love the actor, but I feel like my money is on Frank and Jigsaw on this season. That's what I'm watching. But yeah, he was got a little bit forgettable.
100%. But again, like you said, they might have been setting up for a second season.
Exactly. We're not going to get more, so that's the problem. We're not going to get more.
Or not for another season. And so it's like maybe they added him in thinking maybe there could be more down the road, and it's just kind of like, well, this is the final season.
Well, Frank has a new, another protagonist that's out right now is Amy.
Yes.
Frank has a new partner. What do you think of Amy? You don't feel an Amy either, no
I
Amy.
I don't want to like hate on all the new characters, but for me it was just a storyline that we've seen too many times. It's like this angsty young girl and this like old beaten up dude that somehow get partnered together.
Feels like a little bit like we've seen that in Logan, The Last of Us video game. Yeah, we've had the older gruff guy with the young girl. I think they pull it off. Bernthal's so charismatic, he's great, but in the end, we've seen it before.
Yeah, I just was a little bit bored with that. You were talking a little bit about how the tone changed from season 1 to season 2. You thought it focused more on mental health in the first season?
First season was a lot about Frank dealing with PTSD, not just from his military service, but also the death of his family, and going to the meetings, and there was a really powerful narrative current running through that. I love that. We don't really get a lot of that in this season. It's more about, again, Frank becoming the Punisher. Again, going back to what we've said many times before, it's just sad that we're not going to see this keep going, this is probably the last time we're going to see him and be the Punisher, which is too bad because he's awesome as Punisher.
Yeah, I do kind of feel like that was missing in season 2, but again, I don't think they thought it was going to be the final season.
Yeah, they didn't know.
So, all right, well, what do you want to see in season 2 of The Punisher? Tell us in the comments section. And don't forget to check out our other videos, like what's new to Netflix this month and the best Marvel Netflix fights. I love that video. And as always, be sure to follow and subscribe to IGN wherever you like to watch.